Whispers in the shadows, eyes glow so luminous. I've been in the gallows times before, but something was different, a price to be paid. My pockets were empty, my heart filled the space, but I won't let you drown. Don't look back, you're feeling attached. Why go through that just to carry it back? No one can break you then, no one can break you now. How will you make it out? Don't look back, you're feeling attached. Why go through that just to carry it back? No one can break you then, no one can break you now. How will you make it out? Silence in the shadows, eyes fade from weariness. Whispers haven't echoed since before. I've built who I am, still have so far to go. I know that my own limits are my choice alone. I've been battling daily, need something to show. As the level is rising, I'll stand on my own. Most people, they see me but can't look right through. I'm encased by the stories most won't think are true. I've been battling daily, so far to go. As the level is rising, I'll stand on my own. Don't look back, you're feeling attached. Why go through that just to carry it back? No one can break you then, no one can break you now. How will you make it out? Will you make it out? I never got a taste until I lost it all. I never got a taste until I lost it all. Don't look back, you're feeling attached. Why go through that just to carry it back? No one could break you then, no one can break you now. How will you make it out? Don't look back, you're feeling attached. Why go through that just to carry it back? No one can break you then, no one can break you now. How will you make it out? Don't let it break you.
Watched it before. It looks amazing. Hello, Livesy. No. Stop. Stop. Silencio. I'm so tiny. Hello. So I totally forgot about Blood of the Dawnwalker, and since I'm so freaking late that I can't play any video games right now, literally I have only an hour. I thought it'd be cute if I reacted to the trailer. I was hoping to see if they had like, I don't know if they did like a Q&A stream afterwards, after the reveal trailer, or was it just a trailer? I don't know. But I'm just gonna react to the trailer. Sorry, I'm trying to do YouTube things. I need to export some streams to my YouTube because I haven't done that. I'm trying to understand why I have two different streams that say Far Cry 4. I'm trying to understand. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I figured it out. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. Just trying to figure it out. Anyways. Hi, Miss Reeves. Hello, Eli. Welcome in. Hold on. Let me get out of my she and then actually Okay. Ooh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, Lord. We need crisp. We need crisp graphics. All right. Ooh, so excited. Ooh, so excited. All right. Like I said, I completely forgot that they were doing a
Peggy.
they were doing a fucking reveal. I totally fucking forgot about it. So we're gonna react to it.
18.
Peggy, 18. Ooh. That means he's gonna be very adult. Director? From the director of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. AD 1347, somewhere in the Carpathians.
It must be here somewhere.
It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her! You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child.
Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Oh no, he's hot. Oh shit.
Lunka? My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilt carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
What? Oh, some more gameplay reveal. Wait, so he's the main character? Can you not make your own main character? That's a little disappointing. I was hoping we could. Wait, can't we make our own character? That trailer was so good. That was such a good trailer. I am from Poland. I live in the Carpathians, but I swear I'm not a vampire. However, my grandfather. Thank you for the hydration check. I appreciate it. Finally, a big budget vampire game. Hell yeah. Do you know, there has not been a decent vampire game since Vampire the Masquerade. Bloodlines. Sorry, I have to be specific. Bloodlines. A single player, open world, dark fantasy, action RPG with a strong focus on story and a narrative. Music to my ears. Open world, dark fantasy, action RPG. Things you love to see. Wait, does that mean... Oh, wait. Okay, so there was like one hot There was one hot vampire dude. There's one hot vampire dude. I don't know if I can find him. Got a taste before I lost it all. Yeah, this dude. Dude, he looks cool. Okay, so... Well, actually, to be honest, they all look really cool. So... Is he romanceable? Is he romanceable? That's the question. Okay, so if we can make our own character, is he romanceable? Now, if he's romanceable, no, hold on, guys. Hear me out. If the blonde guy's romanceable, is she romanceable? Is she romanceable? Can you fuck her? Can you fuck the monster lady? That's actually true. Most vampire games aren't the best. Yeah. I just want to know if you can make your own character and who's romanceable. Like, is this character, like, does he have a set? Okay. If you can make your own character, that means, like, the sexuality part for the character isn't really set. So, but if he is his own main character, if that's the actual main character we are going to play, like we did with Geralt in The Witcher, does that mean his sexuality is set? Or is it like, can we romance anybody? That's like a question that I have. Because it's an RPG and it's a dark fantasy RPG. Can we fuck monsters? I know we're the monsters, but can we fuck monsters? You had me at from the director. Dude, that trailer was so fucking good. I'm actually gonna add it to my... I'm gonna save it. Where is it? Awesome trailers. I'm gonna save it to my awesome trailers list. Alright, everything you need to know. It's only 5 minutes.
Blood of the Dawnwalker is an upcoming single-player open-world RPG made by Rebel Wolves, a studio comprised of more than 100 devs that formerly worked at CDPR on the Witcher franchise. And the project has been...
Wait, does that mean that the vampire guys are our allies? Because they turned us into a vampire for... They saved our sister. And I assume they turned us into a vampire, obviously. So does that mean that they're our allies? Can we trust them? I don't know. The guy looked kind of scary, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Unless it's supposed to be like a red herring, where he's supposed to look evil, but he's actually the better outcome, I guess. Is this relevant to the game rating? What do you mean? What's relevant to the game rating? Were you even here? When I was watching the trailer? Did you see the trailer? I honestly thought he was gonna kill the girl. I was like, oh shit, child death. Oh snap, here we go. They're going the extra mile. But then they didn't do that. He actually ended up saving her, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I think it was like kind of leading. It said Peggy 18. Isn't that like Australian, European rating? Whether is this relevant to the game rating? Whether you can fuck vampires? No, I came in at the fuck vampires part. God damn it! You didn't even see the fucking trailer. Oh wait, have you already seen the trailer? The trailer's so good. I highly recommend you should watch it. Okay, let's just see what this is gonna say, and then we'll go through the trailer one more time because it's really good.
Led by none other than Konrad Tomaskiewicz, who
Wait, yes, because if you can fuck monsters, wouldn't it? And it's Peggy 18, doesn't mean it shows nudity or something. Just been playing games, finally beat Silent Hill 2. Hey, congratulations. I don't know how that feels, what that feels like.
was also the game director for Witcher 3 and its subsequent expansions as well. Suffice it to say, Blood of the Dawnwalker is a game that has a ton of Witcher DNA running through its design, and today we'll be looking at basically everything that you currently need to know about the game. And while this video will be fairly short, remember to subscribe because I will be covering this game in more detail the more we find out about it. Before I start narrating, however, because of the limited amount of actual in-game footage we have, for now I'll just have some of the official footage playing in the background. I apologize. But first and foremost, what is the Blood of the Dawnwalker? Well, as previously mentioned, it's a third-person action RPG in the same vein as the Witcher games. It's set in 14th century Europe, and you play as Cohen, a young man who's trying to save his little sister Lunka from what seems to be a king.
So it's a set protagonist? Fuck, man. Fuck. God damn it. I mean, he's hot, so there's that. Whatever. We can still ship. It's okay, guys. We can still ship Cohen with the hot vampire dude. It's okay. We can do that.
And his soldiers. You see, Lunka is infected by Europe, and you play as Cohen, a young man who's trying to save his little sister Lunka from what seems to be a king and his soldiers. You see, Lunka is infected with a plague that has spread throughout their country, and it's by decree of this king that everyone infected by the plague be put down by the sword. Thankfully, the siblings are saved by the sudden appearance of vampires that proceed to slaughter the king and his men, with the vampire leader, Brensis, saving Lunka's life by feeding her with his own blood, which presumably turns her into a vampire as well. That said, the vampires in Blood of the Dawnwalker might seem like the good guys from the recent cinematic trailer, but that's far from the truth. In fact, the vampire lord Brensis and his vampire coven will serve as the main antagonists of the game.
Oh
For
no!
a so far unnamed reason,
we have to kill the hot vampire dude? No! No! What do you mean? We have to kill the hot vampire dude? No! Peggy 18 is pretty much 18 rating for movies, adult stuff. Oh, okay. So there's gonna be adult stuff.
he's holding Cohen and Lunka's family hostage with plans to sacrifice them in the span of 30 days and 30 nights. And it's your job to build Cohen into a mighty monster hunter capable of saving his family before time runs out. And that takes us to my first, well, maybe not doubt, but slight worry I personally have for this game. You see, the 30 days and 30 nights I just mentioned is an actual in-game mechanic. Now, according to the developers, the timer will not be real time, but time will still be a precious resource somehow in one way or another. And if I had to hazard a guess, it'll most likely be missions-based, where after a set amount of missions, your day is over, and you now have to proceed to the night portion of the 24-hour window. Again, it's impossible to say how this will work right now, but we'll find out more later this year. Now, Cohen gains unique abilities depending on whether it's night or daytime. For example, when it's daytime, Cohen will mostly slay his enemies by using a sword and other human weaponry. But during the night, he gains access to supernatural abilities such as those of vampires. Some additional gameplay information we've learned is that just like any good RPG and just like The Witcher 3 before it, Blood of the Dawnwalker will feature a slew of characters that you can befriend, and there will be a big focus on choice and consequence, as well as on other traditional RPG mechanics, like building Cohen into a strong character. Now, according to one of the writers, Ariana Siarkovitz, Cohen will also need to feed on blood relatively frequently as to keep his hunger down. And surprisingly, if you don't feed Cohen with enough blood, it's even possible for him to kill and eat his closest allies and friends, which to me sounds reminiscent of the dark urge from Baldur's Gate 3, whereas if you don't feed the urge to murder, some truly dark stuff can happen completely out of your control. Now, this detail alone really piqued my interest with this game, as a mechanic like this could result in some absolutely crazy playthroughs filled with both tears and hilarity. On the other hand, I could also see players getting frustrated with mechanics such as these, including the apparent 30-day limit, but then again, it probably sounds worse than it actually is. Now, according to the game director, the devs wanted complete and total freedom with this game, and that also translates to what they want us as players to feel too. For example, side quests are supposedly not treated differently than the main quest, and Rebel Wolves are working on making the game as multifaceted as possible when it comes to characters and stories, which
Okay, so I'm thinking about how the day-night cycle works. So does the day only end when you decide to go to bed, or is the day-night cycle just a thing that happens on it like automatically in the game? Because in order for it to be less annoying, I think it, like for the gamer, I think it would be awesome if the gamer had more control over the day and night cycle. So like they can complete certain amount of quests during the night, and once they like go to bed, like obviously I suspect that there's going to be a timer to let you know how many days it's been. And if you go to bed and you rest forever how long, and then you get up again, like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Wait, can he stay up? I mean, it's a game, and he's technically in lore, he's a vampire thing. I assume he's a vampire halfling. I don't think he's a full vampire. I don't know. These are questions I have. Oh, hi, Kawaii. Lurkies and pickup line, are your shoelaces tied? I don't want you falling for anyone else except me. Oh, that's cute. I like that one. Unless like the resting, unless you can only rest. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm personally obviously very much looking forward to, because I appreciate strong character arcs and character stories that are just as strong as the main quest itself. Some additional details we've learned is that Cohen will be fighting against 4 additional vampire lords as he works to free his family, and we will essentially be destabilizing the vampire regime by killing each of these lords. However, vampires will not be the only enemies Cohen faces off against in the game, as thanks to the vampires taking over the Vale the game is set in, creatures such as undead, kobolds, and other creatures have taken up residence throughout the land. And while these will most likely serve as additional enemy types, it sounds like we'll be able to engage with them in different ways as well. As an example, kobolds apparently trade with humans every now and then, so not all monsters will be immediately hostile. Now, as I briefly mentioned before, Blood of the Dawnwalker will apparently be almost entirely open-ended, meaning that depending on what quests you pick and what factions and characters you engage with, your playthrough will look entirely different from, say, your friends. At least that's what they say. Hopefully this means that we can expect narrative choices with the same depth of games like Baldur's Gate 3, Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. For now though, Blood of the Dawnwalker looks like it could be a very memorable RPG, and I'm very excited to see more as time goes on. As mentioned earlier, the only thing that has me a little bit concerned is the 30-day time mechanic, but again, I'd wager that it sounds worse than it actually is. But that's gonna have to do it for today. Again, I'll be covering Blood of the Dawnwalker as time goes on, so remember to subscribe for any
Oh man, it was a whole fucking wait, did he take questions afterwards? Because I want to know if they did a Q&A after the trailer reveal. Or was it just a trailer reveal? God, I just realized we like do not know a lot about this game.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the first ever The Blood of Dawnwalker live stream, our game reveal event.
Okay, they did a live stream. Okay, Blood of Dawnwalker live stream. No, where's the actual live stream though? Are you serious? They didn't post the actual live stream event? I wish I knew more Spanish so I can curse in Spanish.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the first ever The Blood of Dawnwalker live stream, our game reveal event. My name is Dominika, I'm the community and social media lead here at Rebel Wolves, and I am joined today by my friend Matt, a content creator, streamer, and a long-time RPG fan, also known as Lionheart.
Thank you so much, Dominika. It is an absolute pleasure to be here live in the Rebel Wolf studio. The game's actually...
You know, when she said Lionheart, I thought she meant Wolfheart FPS. I was like, that's not Wolfheart FPS, but yeah, it's Lionheart. Never mind. Sorry, my bad.
being made here, right?
Yes, we have 120 super talented people working on the game, and many of them are actually watching us right now live from our company watch party. So huge shout out to you guys.
Hey, you can't blame them for being excited. I mean, this is a massive, massive night for the Rebel Wolves team.
I can't blame the devs for being excited about the reveal.
Under a full wolf
No,
moon.
I would never.
I mean, it's the perfect time for this reveal.
Yes, and we're so excited to see all of you guys and gals joining us on Twitch. We know time zones are tricky, so a special thank you to those of you who had to get up early or those staying up late just to be here. We really appreciate that.
Yes, and a very warm welcome as well to all of the streamers
That's a
who
great
decided
tuxedo.
to co-stream this
I
event
agree.
live to their own communities. I can't wait to
That
see
could
all
have
of
been
your
me.
reactions later on.
That could have been me. That should have been me. I'm such an idiot. I forgot about the live stream.
Definitely. Now, many of you have been asking us about what's been going on behind our doors, and we have
Drinky
great
time.
news. The wait
Is
is
this an
finally
indie game?
over, and we're
No.
ready to unveil what we have been cooking up for the past
This is
2
not an
years.
indie game.
Yes, that's right. There are so
This is
many
double A, maybe
exciting
bordering
announcements
triple
to
A.
come
I don't know about
through
its
the rest
funding.
of this event, so I really hope you're comfortable. Now, Dominika, I think we should probably start at the very beginning.
120 people
What
is a
is
lot
the
of
Blood
people.
Dawnwalker?
Yeah.
The Blood of Dawnwalker is the
It is a new
first
studio,
chapter
but
of a brand
lot
new
of
role-playing
experience.
saga. It's a dark fantasy,
gonna shut up.
narrative-driven, epic adventure set in medieval Europe with a supernatural twist. Our aim for this game
I like
is
how
to
they just
create
described
a
Witcher.
truly unique experience for you guys. A game that we have been dreaming about.
That sounds like my kind of game, I'm going to be honest. There are so many things to come tonight, and I know everyone here is really excited to share this all for the very first time. But for everyone at home, you're probably wondering, well, what does that mean for us? Well, you're going to hear more about the world, more about the lore, and for the very first time, you're going to see the full CGI trailer for the game as well. But it's not just any trailer, right?
It's not just some random trailer. It is actually the game's opening, setting up the stage for the whole game.
Oh.
It shows this one moment in history when the world changes
Cool.
forever.
Wow. I can't wait to see how well the community does poring over every second of this trailer. In the reveal campaign so far, they've been incredible.
Oh, yes. Tell me about it. Discord, you guys are mind-blowing.
The Discord have been incredible, but soon we're going to throw it over to a bunch of the devs, and you're going to dive further into the world of Dawnwalker. You're going to learn more about the characters.
They
the
did say there would
lore,
be a small
and the
teaser of
art.
gameplay.
Then
Yep.
we're going to weave in a few songs as well that should really help set the mood for the game itself. I've been listening to them non-stop, and they are incredible, right? Lastly, make sure you stick around all the way through, because we also have a very brief but very real gameplay teaser as well.
Yes, and it is an actual look at the state of the game.
Very real.
As it is
That's
right now, straight from
That's a
the
good
engine.
adjective.
And in the
It's
meantime,
not
we will
fake,
be checking
it's
out
very
all your
real.
comments, so make sure to drop
Very
all your
real.
thoughts or your impressions in the chat. My teammates, MJ and Mati, are already there with you, and we'll respond whenever we can. And this is it for
God,
now.
was that it?
Yes,
No,
that's
it
it for
couldn't
now.
have been.
Let's get into the mood with some.
Okay, so before we jump into the trailer, I'm trying to think when do you think is a good release date for Dawnwalker? Do you think it'll be towards the end of this year, or it's going to be sometime during next year? Because it looks good so far. I think maybe early 2026. Maybe late 2025.
Music, and let's hear from our game director, Konrad Tomasz.
I have to admit, there was a small part of me that was like, did they just jab Cyberpunk? No, I don't think they did.
How it all began.
That's right, friends. The time has finally come. Sit back, relax, and get ready to experience the world created by Rebel Wolves.
Ah, here we go. Okay. Please be awesome. Another real concern of mine is I don't want this to just be another Witcher. I love Witcher. I do. But like, I want to see what these guys are going to separate. I want to see how they're going to separate themselves, you know? I want to see how it's going to be unique. God, this music is amazing. Dude. Wait a second. Wait. Hold on a second. I think I've been had. It all looks so real, chap. What's going on? Why is that woman playing a basketball? What's going on here? This music is awesome. Jeez. The composer of this is the guy who made the Witcher 3 soundtrack? You don't say. Yeah. I can hear it. This CGI is amazing. I'm like a solid 98% sure this isn't CGI. I think. I'm pretty sure. I think.
Late this year, I don't know. I think third quarter this year or early next year, in my opinion. Dude, if this comes out this year, if Blood of Dawnwalker comes out this year, on top of, was it Exodus? I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just so excited for Exodus and I'm so excited for Blood of Dawnwalker. Oh, I'm so excited. It's just... It's been a while since any good RPGs have come out besides Baldur's Gate 3. And I love Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm very itching to get into different types of stories. Do you know what I mean?
Why did you start a company? I decided to open the Rebels company because I felt that there
Bro,
is
they used a drone for
huge
this. I love it.
space for innovation and for evolution in the open world RPGs. And to achieve that, you need to have independence and artistic freedom. And sometimes you need to make hard and risky decisions. And the best way to do that is to open your own company and make your own choices. Do you remember the second Fallout from '98?
Oh yeah, it's one of my
little
favorite
bit,
games
yeah.
ever, and I was so excited when you used that as a point of reference because for some time now I've been able to return to the promise and the value of old school computer RPGs, and to combine it with modern graphics, with bleeding edge tech, with a dynamic, fast-paced combat, merge these two together and see what comes out.
Exactly, and of course,
Bro just pinged one of my favorite games.
Post-apocalyptic game, but what was really interesting in the second Fallout is the freedom. You could do there whatever you want. You exit the vault, you have the clear goal in front of you. You don't have main quest which telling you, okay, right now do that, next do that. You just shape your own main story, and you build your own experience. And this is like the total freedom in the games.
Yeah, and as a writer, this is something that excites me about the games the most. The choices, the freedom, non-linearities, and I think this is something that's truly unique to video games. Like, you can't emulate that in any other medium. So I'm so glad that we're making a game that sets out to explore that space and see what new is to be done there. So that's great.
Also, if you will add to that the sense of urgency, the time, which actually is not really explored in the video games, and day and night loop, it would be really interesting because it will make the game different.
Yeah, no, I get that, because the sense of urgency is so important in the context of open world RPGs, where players can become distracted and kind of get away from the main story. So finding a way to make sure that they remain invested, that they remain at the edge of their seats is so important. And I think it's
as long as we're not talking about time limits and missing content because we're side questing.
Yeah, that sounds kind of annoying. I want to have, personally, if they're talking about freedom of games, I want to have the ability to at least have a chance to at least finish the side quests before getting onto the main quest. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of a time limit. That's kind of annoying, actually. I mean, I know they're using it as a mechanic, but that just sounds a little frustrating because you can only get so much done within a certain amount of time each day. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that might be annoying. I don't know.
Hero.
I don't know if I really like that.
To have the different loop at the day and different loop at the night, it makes the game really unique.
Huh. They're saying a lot of interesting things, but honestly, like, interesting enough, I play sandbox games so I don't have to do the main story, so I don't feel like I'm like need to go do something. That's one of the reasons I like sandbox games. So I'm curious where they're going with that. Like, that's interesting. Yeah, they may not mean what I'm thinking they mean, but I'm like, again, I'm curious to see what they mean by it, because I don't think it's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna shut up for this. Graphics still look great.
Must be here somewhere.
We hunt vampires.
It's all right.
gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child.
Ah, Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended different.
Dude, they are leaning into like the vampire superpower thing. Oh, we aren't like little pansy. Okay. Okay. All right. There were some cool powers there, it looks like.
Lunka.
Oh. Oh.
My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilled carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
I'm so confused. Is he a good guy? What?
Heyo?
Wait.
Hey, Baldy, thank you for the sub. 12 months in a row, full year. Hey. 100% players would weep for the time management. Yeah. Ooh, I love the vampire design. Yeah, it looks really cool. Hell yeah. Dude, the monster designs look so fucking cool. And there was one hot vampire dude. And everyone's gonna ship the main character with a hot vampire dude. Can't wait.
I'm so confused. Is he here to save the people?
See, that's what I was like, I was like, yo, that he's gonna be our allies. We're gonna fucking work together. Even though he looks evil as fuck, we're gonna work together. And then later, I watched another YouTube video and they're like, nah, he's actually the bad guy. He's actually the guy you fight. He kidnaps your family and you have to like save them. And I'm like, what the fuck? That means we have to kill the hot vampire dude. Vampires doing brutal shit. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I know. It would have been so cool. I was like, damn, can't we just side with the hot vampires? Can we do that? Can't we do that, guys?
Dude, that's like,
So the game takes place 2 years after the events shown in the intro, and this is just the beginning of a greater saga we were planning.
Ooh.
So we get to meet the character at the beginning of the adventure.
I'm assuming we play a
which I think is really
vampire,
cool.
so...
And Cohen in general is so much fun to
Are we
write and
fighting
flesh out
vampires?
because he's not your typical game protagonist. He's not a grizzled veteran who's seen it all, who is cynical about the world, who comments the world with like one-liners. He's a young guy who, at heart, is emotional. He can get vulnerable. He's honest about how he feels.
What I love in Cohen is that he'll be never a superhero. He'll be never overpowered. At the day, as a human, he can fight with a sword. He can use and discover dark magic, but he can be
Oh,
killed
no,
by
guys.
anyone.
They called me and wanted
At
to use
the
the name
night,
Co, but I said
he can
I already had a
counter lot
copyright, so
more
they went with
difficult
Cohen.
enemies. He can
Yeah.
use some vampiric abilities, not only in combat, but also
Good looking out,
he can
Rebel
use it
Wolves.
to
Thanks,
explore
guys.
the world and to see the world in a totally different way.
Yeah, and he'll need all these cool superpowers
definitely
because
happened.
he's facing formidable enemies. This clique of vampires who decided to take over the world, turn it upside down.
Now, this is probably me. This is me putting on my conspiracy hat for a second here. Something tells me they had this idea for the next Witcher game, but certain people higher up decided not to do that. And so they decided to go down the Siri route, and that kind of ticked certain people off to the point where they're like, you know what, fuck this place, we're gonna go make our own studio and we'll see how the gamers feel. And then that's just me hazarding a guess. I think that may have been what happened. I don't know. This feels like do you get what I mean? Like, that's what this feels like. This feels like this is their idea of what the next Witcher game was gonna be, but it wasn't Siri, because it wasn't Siri and it wasn't a female protagonist. They're like, your idea sucks. We're gonna go with Siri, even though it doesn't really make sense of the lore. And then they're like, God damn it, we're gonna go. I got tired of shit. We're gonna go do our own thing. That's what I'm getting from this. Because they're like, so I haven't yet to see someone turn into a bat. If I see that, I'll be satisfied. What are you talking about? They did transform into animals. Like, didn't you see that red butterfly before they all started attacking? I assume that was one of them. I don't know. Dude, an enemy that turns into a tiny butterfly? How are you supposed to... Or maybe they turn into a whole cloud of butterflies. I don't know. That'd be cool. Oh, they did? Lamau, I didn't start watching at that point. Bro, you didn't... Why aren't you paying attention? Do it. You're lucky I... Wait, do I even have it? No. 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 God damn it. Wait, am I on my own... Shit, I'm on my own YouTube. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. We're gonna sit here and watch the trailer so that Sigatha can fucking catch up and get on our level. God damn it. Uh-oh. Hi, Zeki. Oh, hi, Goober. Welcome in. The real question is Nosferatu in this, though? It is! Nosferatu is the leader of the vampire gang, and honestly, would. Honestly, wouldn't. I'm mostly listening. Bro, fucking watch the trailer! Are you watching? Are you watching? We're not gonna play the trailer. What? Nothing. Anyways, are you watching? Sigatha, we're not leaving until you got your eyeballs on your peepers on here. Yes, okay.
Must be here somewhere.
It's all right. Lunka! Don't hurt her!
You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child!
Ah, Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended
Lunka? My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilled carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
I am so excited, ooh, 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 and I just can't hide it, ooh, ooh, ooh. This emote represents my experience. Damn, 8 months? Hey. Almost 5-minute trailer, whoa. Lady Vamp would get it. Just like, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I was like, can we romance them? Can we romance the vampire lady? Can we romance the blonde guy? These vampires are probably freaky in bed. Oh my. Empathetic vampires? Interesting. I don't know, man. Good trailer for sure. Can't wait for gameplay. I know, same. Empathetic vampires tend to suck. How? Wait a second. Was that an innuendo? You're being silly? You've been a little silly, Billy? Anyways, so this is my third time watching the trailer, and you can actually get a glimpse of the vampires' different abilities. You can actually find it. Wait, hold on. Try not to get distracted with the amazing voice actor. Where is it? Because, see, this little moth, this red moth right here, I think is either it's a familiar or it's a part of or is a transformed vampire, and they shift into a moth. So someone has that ability. They also have the ability of turning into smoke, so that might be a little annoying. I think this guy might actually use shadows to teleport, but I could be wrong. I don't know, because he was like, it seems like he hid in the darkness more than the others did. Like, he came out of the shadows. this guy is like an actual like combat hand-to-hand fighter, and I feel like he's gonna deal a lot of fucking damage. He's like the tank, so he's gonna end up like doing a lot of heavy blows. See, he picks him up, throws him around, multi punch. That's gonna do a lot of damage. This guy might have speed and agility on his side. The hot blonde fucking vampire, the only good looking one. Yeah, he speed and agility. Yeah, cut you up with his claws, and he has a sword, so that's gonna do obviously a lot of damage. Now this lady, she fucking does blood magic, bro. Did you see that blood rope? Look at that shit. She can control blood. See, she even does like this magic thing and then explodes. That's really fucking cool. I love that they put all their different abilities actually inside the trailer. I could save the blonde guy. Yeah, I barely noticed that. Me, I have it. Oh my. The lady literally imploded a guy. Some telekinesis or something there. I think it's like blood magic. I think it might be blood magic. Because she seems kind of witchy, you know? Oh, so you play as the vamps? Ooh. It's not that you play as the vampires. They actually said that the vampires are actually antagonists. So even though they saved your sister, they actually end up kidnapping your family, and you have to get them back. Which sucks, because I thought we could romance them, but no, we can't romance them. Anyways, you play as a set main character named Cohen. This is Cohen. This is the guy you play as. And yeah, I'm so excited. So good.
And set the rules. And they are led by this super old and immensely powerful vampire called Brensis.
Brensis.
Our game is set in 14th century Europe, and it's a world in deep crisis. First, the continent has been ravaged by the plague, then wars, and now famine. And all the while, vampires have been watching from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment.
Whoa. Did you see that? Wait a second. Did you see that? They said the world was ravaged by plague, then wars, now famine. Are they setting up like the four horsemen? I could be wrong. Like the themes of the four horsemen, and then death, which is vampires. I don't know. Maybe.
Ravaged by the plague, then wars, and now famine. And all the while, vampires have been watching from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And finally, when humanity is at its lowest, they come out of the shadows, they overthrow the feudal lords, and they move into their castles.
Oh, so they just take over.
We can't serve them though. We can't be like, yes, my vampire masters. We can't do that. We can't side with them, you know. Reaver catching stuff that's going over my head. It's because I drank a lot of caffeine. That's why. Honestly, if I didn't drink this much caffeine, I'd probably be like, what did they say? I can't remember. War, famine, conquest, and death as concepts would be nice. Very open to interpretation and how they can be implemented. Well, war and famine was something that the humans did, but I think conquest and death is something that the vampires are going to do, because like they overthrow the human lords. They overthrow the human lords and take over, which I would assume is conquest, and they spread nothing but death upon the kingdom, which I assume is also a theme with this. So it's nothing but like, you know, it feels like, you know, the themes of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Or I could be really too much into it. I don't know. Very open to interpretation. Yeah, well, yeah, it's very open to interpretation.
Okay.
vampires ruling the world is not necessarily the bad thing. Feudal lords in that time killed the whole villages to prevent, the plague. And the vampires, they defend Cohen and his sister. They even healed Lunka. And, I know that people need to pay taxes in blood, but it's not a huge cost of safe and good life.
Well, to that I'd say that vampires' favors are uncertain. And sure, they protect the people of the valley where the game takes place, but they see them as cattle, so they protect them to then lead them.
To be fair, we are cattle. Like that,
and the blood tax you mentioned, it's taken from everyone.
Look, it doesn't even matter if it's a human lord or a vampire lord. They're still gonna fucking use you to death. Like, technically, you're considered a cattle either way by a human lord or a vampire lord. It doesn't even matter. They still see you as someone lesser than dirt under their feet. Let's be real here.
The weekday old. Each week they have to convene at the church for a blood mass. So for some people, that's deeply traumatizing.
Look, the reason why I'm saying this is because since it doesn't matter, let's just, have vampire masters. I'm just saying, because, we could fuck the monsters. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. I hope it gives you a chance to choose. I want to side with the vamps. I know, right?
Or might even end up in them dying. So in the end, I'd say the balance is more or less equal. And that's something that I actually really like about our setting, this world, that nothing is simple. Nothing is just black or just white. And you have to decide for yourself, like, what do I think is the right choice? What is the path I want to take? And what is the path I want to avoid? And ultimately, Cohen's family ends up in the dungeons of the Vampire Lord. And even as Cohen is trying to free them, he will meet people who still support the regime.
I'd support the regime.
More challenging for players because Cohen has only 30 days and 30 nights to save his family. In most games, sandbox means gameplay freedom. In our, it means narrative freedom. We don't think about the quest like the main quest or the side quest. We just have quests. Players will craft their experience through the game by themselves, and nobody will have the same. And we call it native sandbox.
Yeah, that's something that really excites me because that means that no two playthroughs will be identical. That each player will have a unique experience. And that's the true magic of video games, and that's why I love making them.
Okay, this sounds like it's gonna be really fucking frustrating with the time management, but I'm still willing to play this game because I do like the allure of having my own unique storyline that I experienced playing this game myself. Because as they said, no two playthroughs are gonna be the same because I don't know. I'm just like that appeals to me because I'm like, okay, what can I do in my gameplay? In my playthrough, what can I do? And then how is it going to differ for someone else? Reaver just wants to fuck them. I want to do blood magic and cool voodoo shit. I mean, you can do both. You can do both. I'll be honest, these documentary interviews always make me nervous, like they're compensating, but I'm often wrong. Oh, that's an interesting thing. I don't wait, didn't Larian Studios also do something like this? But they leaned more into the role play aspect because they dressed up as different classes, like druids and bards and knights and stuff. Paladins. I think if it doesn't go wrong, them doing it like this just shows how dedicated and passionate they are of they're trying to garner your interest. I don't know. I feel like I like this. I don't know. I like this. It feels very artistic and it shows how dedicated they are because it's not just they're not in a studio sitting in nice chairs talking to you. They're not in a stupid four-walled cube that they dressed up to look like a medieval castle. They are actually inside a medieval manor. I assume it's a manor that it looked like it was attached to like an old part of a ruined castle, and then like the modern day building was built around it, which I thought was interesting to look at. They're actually in a manor. They're actually walking through probably an Carpathian, which is Carpathia, the Carpathians. I don't know what where you call that region, but they're actually in that area, and they're trying to like show you how dedicated to the game that they are, that they're doing it this way. Does that make sense? I can see that. Yeah. Did he say 30 days and nights to save his family? I don't know. Content is usually bad, but if the day nights are really long, it might be okay. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. I was like, if the day night cycle is like the player has control over the day night cycle, then it wouldn't be that annoying. But if the day night cycle is automatic, and like you like spend like an hour at night doing quests, and then the sun starts fucking rising, you're like, no shit, I have to hurry, and like you see that the timer's going down, that's gonna be annoying. That I don't want it to be automatic. I want to have control of when the day and when the night ends, so that I can have a firmer grasp on the time. Does that make sense? And I want to have no, they're not going to do it that way. God damn it. Oh, it's going to be so annoying, cuz they're so dedicated on playthroughs being different from everyone else's. I feel like it's going to be automatic, because then we'd have to scramble to do certain quests while also still kind of on the main quest. It's going to be frustrating. I can see it's going to be frustrating.
Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you agree that that was worth the wait. Now, the best news is that we are just getting started tonight. And first things first, Dominika, that trailer.
I know, right? And for our Polish community out there, good news.
I wish I could pause this, because I have some big things to say about what we just heard.
Trailer with Polish dubbing on our social media channels right after the stream, so keep an eye on them.
I think a lot of people are going to want to rewatch that trailer, so I bet that they're really, really happy. But we've got a lot to unpack here, right? So you mentioned before that the trailer actually serves as the intro to the game.
Yeah.
So everything that we all just saw, that happens before the game starts?
Yeah, so the cinematic that takes place 2 years before the events from the game. So 2 years before Cohen, our main protagonist, becomes a Dawnwalker. Okay. So you can see that in the CGI, he's still very young, he's very, inexperienced. You see that innocence in him, right? But that will need to change. The world is going to change.
We're not going to talk about the fact that Fallout 1 had the time limit on the water ship.
He'll need to mature a bit. So you will see that in the other game assets, he looks a bit differently.
Maybe a little bit different.
I wonder why he looked so much younger. Clearly, Cohen has had a rough couple of years. I can't wait to work out what happened in between. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Now, but we didn't just meet Cohen, right? We met his younger sister, Lunka, as well. But in the video we just saw, Conrad mentioned that she was healed. So does that mean she wasn't turned into a vampire then?
No. Lunka was indeed healed from the plague, the Black Death, by Brancis, this old vampire, leader of the vampire clique. And turning humans into vampires works a bit differently in our game. But we actually have another duo of devs who are going to talk about it in a moment.
Okay.
Well, then I won't steal their thunder. I'll let them explain.
Thank you, Moshi.
I guess what I should ask is, who or what?
Who's the guy in the bottom left corner, by the way? Will he be playable? Nah, unfortunately, you can't play him. But he's the only guy who fucking recorded the whole goddamn stream. I thought the whole live stream would be available on YouTube. No, it's just the fucking trailer. So I had to act. He's the only one who recorded the whole live stream. So that's why we're watching him.
Is a Dawnwalker then?
That is such a loaded question. So many layers to it, honestly. Okay, but so the basic premise is like this. Dawnwalkers look like humans during the day, but they turn into vampires after dusk. But they're not actually humans, and they're not actually vampires. They are something in between.
Okay, very mysterious. I love it. Now, Dawnwalker itself, it's a brand new IP, right?
Yeah, it is. It is completely original. And I think this is what actually makes this project really special for us. Because it's a handcrafted universe, of course, rooted in real history, inspired by some myths and legends, but essentially built by our team from the ground up.
From a
Is he okay? He doesn't seem impressed yet, to be honest. Well, he said that he didn't... Before we saw the trailer and the gameplay, and he's going to hate this because it was confirmed in another YouTube video we just watched, but I wanted to... Okay, so we watched the trailer, we watched a YouTube video with some lore in it, but it was only 5 minutes, so it wasn't a lot of lore. So I was like, okay, we need to watch the live stream to see if we can find any more lore that he didn't say in the YouTube video. In the YouTube video, he says that you play as a monster hunter, which is similar to Geralt. You know, The Witcher. And the guy on the bottom left was like, I really hope they don't do another Witcher. And unfortunately, you play as a fucking monster hunter who's half monster, half human. So, he's probably not gonna like that, but... What? God damn it, Chris. Every fucking time. Hold on, I gotta pull up tits. That's why I said earlier, I think they had an idea of doing... Oh, thank you for the stretch. I appreciate it. This is why I said earlier, I think... Ow. I said, sorry, I keep getting distracted. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. Make sure I have everything up. To be fair, I'd throw stuffed animals at you, but I'm not there. Oh my. Okay, so... Wait, fuck, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, right. Okay, so my theory was that because the blood of Dawnwalker is so similar to The Witcher, my theory is that Blood of Dawnwalker was their original idea for Witcher 4, but certain people didn't like their idea and they really wanted to go with Ciri. So the people who made the original idea for Witcher 4 with Cohen as a protagonist, they're like, well, we're gonna just go and make our own studio. And so they did. Because, I mean, there is that saying of write what you know, but I don't know. I feel like Cohen is a little too similar to the Witcher franchise for it not to be like, there might be some kind of connection, just a little bit.
Gamer perspective again, knowing that you guys have full control, that you've got a vision for how this is going to be and that you can actually implement that, it's just so exciting.
It's so exciting for us as well.
Yeah,
you know?
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, I could talk about this all day, but we should move on and talk about the art of Dawnwalker, the world and its inhabitants.
I would love...
Wait. If they're vampires and there's like ghouls and stuff, are there werewolves? Because we saw some artwork of like a beast man who had horns and had the face of a monster, but he wore a guard outfit. So there's like subhuman species, obviously, since he was part of the artwork that they released. So are werewolves a thing? And can we fuck the werewolves? And since subspecies subhumans are a thing, can we fuck the subhumans? That's also something important to have. Fingers crossed I'm a werewolf simp. Dude, same. Don't get me wrong, I love vampires, but I love me some werewolves. Don't you sigh at me. Don't you sigh at me. We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it. They still haven't confirmed if you can... Well, I don't know. I don't know if you have time for romance because they have a 30-day and night cycle. So I don't know if you have time for that. I really hope romance is also a thing you can do. They said you can have like allies and friends. But can you romance people?
To see the gameplay.
Yes, and we will meet with our art director, Bartłomiej Gaweł, and our environment artist, Adam Payet.
And we're also going to hear more about the characters and narrative design as well, right?
Yes, and for that we will meet with our writer,
How long is this, chat?
Ariana Sierkiewicz, and our creative
Is this an
director,
hour?
Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz. Take it away, guys.
I thought this was going to be like 15 minutes. Oh, dang. We going in.
Man, look at this place. That would be perfect for the writing team.
45.
Not just for them. I love storytelling myself. Since I can remember telling stories for images is what I love to do.
There's subtitles, so I want to talk about this real quick. So here's the big thing that I'm incredibly concerned about hearing that. Because the idea of a sandbox is that you are, like, for me, one of the things I love about sandboxes is that I'm constantly crafting and building on my story. We're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance right now. I love the fact that we have like these skills that are always going up. Numbers go up. We're constantly getting better gear. We're constantly doing all this stuff. My story is playing through that single playthrough. I don't want to do multiple playthroughs. I want to do...
Oh yeah, so he's letting the live stream play in the background, but for those of you, I'm keeping track of what they're talking about. They're just talking about the landscapes and what inspired the villages and the artwork for the game. So that's all they're talking about is like their inspirations for the game. Sorry. Not romance, not magic. Fucking. Exactly. Ooh, quick time romancing? You didn't even buy them dinner first. Look, you're a vampire, okay? You guys can do quickies. They wouldn't... Like, it'd be, like, in and out. No worry, no fuss. Couple seconds.
Everything in my playthrough. So... the thing that's very concerning to me is the idea that I could be doing the things I want to do in the game, and this timer could expire. And then all of a sudden, I can't progress anymore. I can't do the things I want to do. I can't do that. Like I'm very curious. Are they going for a roguelike approach with this? Or is the idea that a single player will play the game multiple times to explore it?
Wait, what about dying? Does dying affect the time? Wait, is dying a factor in the time it takes for you to do stuff? Wait, okay, so if you die, do you restart or from where you originally, like your last save, or will you dying cost you time? Will dying cost you time? Dude, that feels like it'd be really interesting if dying actually affects your time, your time of saving your family. But it'd also be really fucking annoying because I suck at fucking playing games and I die all the time. But that'd be so fucking interesting if dying actually affects the timeline. Wait. Woohoo, upgrade. In and out burger. Oh my, Five Guys is taking a whole new meaning. Jesus Christ. So does diff experiences come from what quest you decide to do in the time limit, or am I way off? Way off. I guess we don't know yet. No, they said that they're going to make it like you're not going to be following a main quest and a side quest. They're going to get rid of that. You're just going to have quests that you can engage with. From what they're saying, I think it's going to be just a big map of the kingdom. And where you decide to go is up to you. Who you decide to interact with is up to you. there's no set markers. There's no set, as far as I know, this is me guessing. There's no set, they haven't said this. This is me just guessing from what little information we have. There's no like set markers of where you need to go. You can just interact with people. You can gain allies. You can gain friends. And yeah, you can just, it just seems like they don't have you on a set path. You can just interact with the quests and stuff as freely as you can. If dying cost you time, that would be a cool mechanic. That would be cool, but also frustrating for me because I suck at playing games. Maybe on the hardest difficulty, it could be implement a time penalty. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You know, like but that brings up all these other questions. Like, I almost wouldn't call that a sandbox and some like Again, it's very early to talk about this because maybe they have some very interesting, cool systems for this. But I have to say, like, there is a world where if they do this wrong, it could ruin the whole game for me personally.
Okay, so they said in the background, they said they wanted to make it as realistic as possible. And that, but this is not a simulation of medieval life, but you actually being interactive with the environments, I'm guessing.
There's a world where if what we just heard was implemented poorly, then I literally might not be interested in like half the amount of time I wanted to spend in the game. So I'm very, very, I'm kind of sad that they just kind of put that at the end and glanced over it because like, honestly, that is the most important thing I've heard so far in this entire thing. So anyway, we're gonna get all.
Okay, so now in the background, they're talking about magic and how they're trying to make it realistic, but also like they're trying to bring magic with a foot in realism, but also it's magic. Like you can do weird shit with magic, but they want to have it grounded a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
All this, those are my thoughts so far, and I cannot wait to get more information because I want to hear what they're going to do with this. Yeah, they did say sandbox narrative, but
how it should come together to marry those two aspects.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm with that. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Spellcasting. It's like the X-Files set in the Middle Ages, all deeply rooted in the history of the Dawnwalker world.
Yeah, and I think it's the way.
Can you please shut up and let us listen? This is being broadcast at twitch.tv/DawnwalkerGame if you'd like for me to shut up and just not be here. So twitch.tv/DawnwalkerGame. Go there if you just want me to shut up. And please do, because I talk a lot at bad times. Okay.
Bustling around. And then as soon as the sun starts setting in and the streets clear, the folks start setting.
Reeve just pretends the game's difficulty is catfish strips. Look, alright? You're acting like you've never deep-throated a catfish strip, alright? Why is everyone acting like they've never done that before? It's not just me, alright? It's not just me.
In, and it becomes a completely transformed different area, very spooky, almost liminal cemetery-like space.
And that was also a very early and conscious choice on our part. We wanted the world to be a different place after the sun sets.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Right, so hold on. Environment as is something I understand, right? I do it every day. I understand the creative process behind it, but I've never touched anything to do with character art, which is your speciality. So would you mind walking me through what
is this Dying Light in the Middle Ages? No, I don't.
Also, stop mentioning it because this makes me hungry. Look, honestly, talking about catfish makes me want catfish, so the next time I get paid, I am ordering catfish. Not me. Hides catfish strips. Hide it under your bed. No one will find it there.
I think so.
That whole thing.
Sure. So we approached the work on vampires very seriously.
I thought it was Witcher with vampires, but now
it's a mix of familiar elements with a fresh twist. We all know that vampires are well defined in pop culture and have been around for a long time. So we wanted to create something fresh. So what primarily sets them apart is their teeth. Our vampire teeth keep growing throughout their lives. The older the vampire, the
Oh.
more teeth they have.
Ooh.
So instead of 2 sharp teeth, they have a
Is this
series
sponsored?
of
No.
needle-like fangs, densely growing from their jaws, often emerging from different parts of their skull as they age. The teeth keep growing because
They're all
the vampire can
Malkavians. I
use
love it.
them to create another vampire.
What? Wait, are those... That can't be her teeth. Are those her teeth in her hair? Dude, she looks like a fucking tapeworm. She looks like... She reminds me of a fucking tapeworm. Ew, is that her teeth in her hair? That's so cool, though. The older they are, the more teeth they grow.
Jaws often emerging from different parts of their skull as they age. The teeth keep growing because
They're all
the vampire can
Malkavians. I
use
love it.
them to create another vampire. And the mechanism is very simple. The vampire pulls out his fang and drives it into the heart of its victim.
Lovely.
So what's interesting is that our vampire's teeth aren't visible at first. They can extend as the mouth opens, and it looks really creepy.
Yeah, I still remember the first time that the animations came through from the character art team, showing the mouth opening and the teeth growing, and it was absolutely disgusting. I loved every bit of it.
Wasn't Ko just playing a game where you had 3 days left to do something? Yes, you're talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I had time restrictions inside a sandbox are one thing. Time restrictions on the entire sandbox,
he was working in the
completely
mines
different.
is both a blessing and a curse.
Completely different.
Because on one hand, it weakens him. On the other hand...
Wait, so... Okay, so... Part of Cohen's story is that he worked in a silver mine? Is that what's keeping him from fully turning into a vampire?
It protects him from becoming a vampire fully.
Okay, it
you're
does.
talking about, like, what was that game? Dead Island or something? That game just caused me stress.
And the world
I couldn't play that game.
That is so fucking interesting! Hell yeah! I love that. So the thing that's stopping him from transforming fully into a vampire is because he inhaled silver in a mine. Because he worked in the mines. Sick! Sick! Now I want a Catfish Strips channel redeem. Oh my. Would. Oh my. Very fuckable. Yes, they just said that. Silver is werewolves though, right? But I guess they do what they want. I mean, silver was for both vampires and werewolves back then because they thought that like the more pure the metal, like iron and silver were the main metals in folklore to keep supernatural beings away. So silver's about right. Silver, depending on what person's writing the story, sometimes silver works against vampires as well as werewolves. Other times it's iron, but I guess for this one, it's keeping with the original folklore with silver. I don't know. Is iron also gonna work against them? Okay, cool beans. I don't know if the game will be good, but the lore sounds badass. I'm still willing to play the game. I feel like I said, it's gonna frustrate the shit out of me, but I am willing to play this game. This seems pretty cool.
No, it wasn't Dead Island.
Well, he was kind of used to
Dead
dealing
Rising.
with the
Thank you.
vampires since it's been like a couple years since Francis took
That game was
over.
just stressful.
Now he has to find a way to deal with things like undead lurking in ancient tombs that should have remained closed, kobolds that used to only prey on miners going way too deep into the mines, or even Uriashes who used to live high up in the mountains, secluded, and now they are in Francis's troops.
Yeah, and they're
his artwork
vastly
is
different.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah, they all have their own.
Wait, are Uriashes those horned beast-like things that we saw in the artwork? Because like I said there was like these subhumans with horns and bestial faces, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that what the Uriashes are? Because they're going to be soldiers that we fight against. I like when silver is the only way to kill a vampire in some stories. I think iron was just for witches, I think. I remember reading how they put iron grids above a witch's grave so she couldn't come back to life. Interesting. Okay. I heard that iron was also used to keep fairies out, but I don't know if they'll bring in fairies into this, but...
or even Uriashes, who used to live high up in the mountains, secluded, and now they are in Brensis's troops.
Yeah, and they're
his artwork
vastly
is
different.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah, they all have their own separate cultures, and well, if you want to deal with them,
I find it weird when devs
kinda
interview devs.
like
I
to
agree.
get
I've never liked this
get
format
to know
either.
them a bit, or else you might get
It's very, it
tricked,
feels very
because
just
they
contrived.
all have their own goals, aspirations. Now that they came out of the shadows in Brensis's
I would have
wake.
much rather had a third person asking them
Yeah,
questions,
there's a
walking
lot of
along with
tension.
them.
Some of them can cooperate with humans, but mostly it's just new issues, new problems nobody had to deal with before.
But I think this is great because all of that tension, all of these problems are great storytelling material for us, for
Yes.
building all of that content.
What's the other company
For
that did this?
example,
Another company did this in the last year.
Francis, he had to normalize this thing for the humanity, convince everyone this is the new
Can't remember
normal.
who.
And
We've seen
the
this,
way he
like,
did
recently.
this was, first of all, you know, there was a lot of social turmoil, and on the other hand, a lot of deeply held religious beliefs. And he twisted them.
Oh, I haven't seen any
turned
KCD2
himself
stuff.
into
They
this
did?
messianic figure. So, for example, he introduced these.
See, it is following the Horses of the Apocalypse themes. I told you, because I said Conquest was them taking over the kingdom. He literally just said that in order for them to be fine with this new normal, he twisted their religious beliefs to see him as a messiah. Conquest. Yeah, Faye don't like industrial stuff like iron, fire, and stuff like leather, etc. Oh.
Where he feeds.
Yes,
human
blood.
vampire right?
Whoop,
and
whoop,
at the same
whoop.
time, he.
KCD2 stuff. They did.
How the fuck did I turn it up but also go back? That made no sense. How the fuck did I do that? Big Brain Dreamer called it a
Figure. So, for example, he introduced these blood masses where.
blood masses. Let's go. Where he feeds on humans with vampires' blood. Wait, what? He feeds humans with vampires' blood. Does that make them stronger?
He feeds a human vampire blood, right? And at the same time, they have these other things like punishing criminals with like draining them dry.
Oh.
But, well, you know, some people actually liked it because once Brensis came in, he set up a new order of things. He finally got down to business, and then he locked the valley off so that nobody can touch it. No outside influence can touch it. And, well, some others did not like it so much, and they began to reach into the depths of forgotten magic, occult, stuff like that.
Yeah, so either way you look at it, the Vale Sangora will never be the same again.
Not a chance.
I think the part that's so weird about these is everything they're saying to each other, they
That is
both
a lot
already
of
know,
work
and everyone
building,
knows
isn't
it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the
There
weird.
are so many things we need to remember to make this into a cohesive whole. And at the same time, you have the challenges posed by the open world itself.
Not to be a bitch, but maybe if you actually paid attention to what they're saying, they're giving you a lot of information about the world that they're showing you. Not to be mean.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a little
There
weird.
are so many things we need to remember to make this into a cohesive whole. And at the same time, you have the challenges posed by the open world itself. Because, you know, there is a risk of the content being formulaic or repetitive. We handcraft all of it, and we focus on telling these unique themes we really care about.
Oh yeah, we want to talk about loss, about the meaning of family, about opposing tyranny, about trying to coexist
Love?
with creatures you've never had.
Coexist with creatures you've never had to coexist with before and fall in love? Maybe make subspecies of babies? Fall in love and have babies with other monsters?
To coexist with before.
Well, but that would be difficult to do with just Coin and Brensis, right?
Impossible, actually. We had to create a whole host of characters, and we really wanted to avoid having cardboard cutouts. Like,
That you can
without
fuck?
motivations, without backgrounds, goals, and ambitions. But,
Yeah.
you know, when you meet those characters, your goals and ambitions may overlap, and you befriend them. Or it may be the opposite, and you go on a warpath with them. But, you know, given the goal that you have ahead of you, it might be good to have some friends to go along with.
Well, but you
Romance?
could go on your own, right? If you wanted.
Well, yeah, you could just grab a sword and go storm the castle.
Yeah.
but she might be wise to, for instance, find the rebel cell and try to dismantle Brent's rule with them, or, I don't know, listen to what an agent from outside of Vale Sangora has to say.
Which is exactly why I love how we structured the game, because we offer a lot of choice in which characters do you want to interact with, which you might want to skip altogether. And also on top of that, you have this layer of non-linearities where you can decide their fates, but also the fate of Cohen and his family.
Yeah, and I really like that because it gives us so much replayability. You can always choose a different path. There's something else waiting there for you.
Yeah, exactly. And also, on top of that,
there they go again with replayability.
You know, get to find all these secrets of Vale Sangora.
Like, how many times the devs expecting us to play the game?
And, you know, explore the world.
And yet another path might be lurking within that.
Maybe the playthroughs aren't long.
All good and well. But on top of that, we also have a number of really cool gameplay systems that further feed into the narrative.
VIP detected. And speaking of feeding, my favorite one is the blood hunger. It lets me play a real vampire. I don't just have to drink blood to use my cool abilities in combat, but if I talk to someone without feeding first, I might just lose control and I might eat them. And it's not going to be just any random peasant that I won't care about. I can eat my best friend, and I will break my heart, and I will break my quests.
Yeah, so you better keep him well fed.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a fate?
Yeah, I really enjoy the ones that are revolving around Brent's, because, like, it makes him this active antagonist. You know, this means that he will basically react to what Cohen is doing.
Yeah, if that kind of stuff can happen, man, I'm starting to think this isn't a sandbox RPG. This is starting to sound like a sandbox roguelike.
Military checkpoints that will be on your way.
It changes the world, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm approaching this game wrong.
Also, you know, it's not just him running the show.
This isn't
it's
a Witcher.
Also his
This is something else.
Vampire allies.
Yeah.
Can you fuck the hot guy? Can you fuck the hot vampire? She could eat me for real, for real. I quite enjoy games with a lot of replayability. Yeah, like, he's making it seem like it's a bad thing. I don't know. I feel like I would have a lot of fun replaying the game over and over. I don't know why, but I have a feeling I might actually enjoy that. Because I'd be like, oh my god, I never discovered this place before. What is this? And then I meet new creatures. And I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even know there was like a whole civilization over here. What the fuck? And then, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun to find new things in the game.
Very curious to hear how long they expect their playthrough to be. Because I was thinking it was going to be like 80 plus hours, but maybe it's like 10 to 20 hours.
Yeah, and on top of being cool characters, they also have their own, like, spheres of influence, and you get to dismantle their organization step by step, making it simpler for you to confront Brent's and free your family.
What part's a sandbox?
When it comes to freeing your family, there is one more antagonist. That is time itself. Because every time you do something important in the game, when you complete an objective or you complete a quest, time moves forward.
Yeah, but what I really like about this also is it's not like real time. You actually get to control how much of this resource you want to spend, right?
Yeah, you have to manage it
so it's
wisely,
not,
but if
it's
you
a
just want to enjoy
resource
the
in the
view or
game.
just take a stroll, you can without stress. But once you get down to
Aha! It's finally answers. God, I kind of hate that one YouTuber didn't go in depth about the time management thing. So you can control it. Awesome. That's so good. I'm so glad she fucking said that. Thank God. We finally have answers. Okay. We can control it. She said if we wanted to go on a stroll, we can enjoy to go on a stroll without time wasting away for us. Thank fucking God. Holy shit. But quests are another thing, actually. Because she said that if you do certain quests, it does take up time. So traveling and stuff doesn't take time, but completing quests takes time. Wait, how much time does a quest cost? Is it like a couple hours, or does it depend on what it is? Like, if you have to go outside, if you have to go away from the kingdom and into like the forest, and then come back to complete the quest, would the distance be accounted for? It'd be like, okay, you went all the way to the forest, now you had to go all the way back into the kingdom. That'll take about 3 hours, so it takes 3 hours away from the time. Is that how it works? I'm guessing quests have like a time limit on what, well, I wouldn't say time limit. They have a time gauge. They're like, if you accept this quest, it'll take 5 hours from your time. It'll take 30 minutes from your time. It's going to take this amount of time if you accept this quest. That's what I feel like they might do. I don't know. I could be wrong. This guy seems like a curmudgeon, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion. I'm just a little annoyed that he's talking over important info that they're giving him. That's what I'm a little annoyed about. But other than that, I don't really mind that he's giving some of his thoughts, because they're similar to mine. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. Maybe stuff like, you read a magical book, you spent 30 minutes learning all you can. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not, it's a resource in the game.
Just take a stroll, you can, without stress. But once you get down to business, you have to do it smart.
Yeah, so I think all of these things combined, handmade quests and the gameplay systems.
Okay, so you could just not do the main quest, and the time doesn't move forward.
I cannot wait to see what shenanigans players will get up to playing with those systems.
But that's really weird, because that goes against what they said earlier. Because they said earlier specifically they want you to have a time limit. But you can't have the feeling of a time limit if you decide when the time limit's on.
I want to thank the whole Rebels pack. You are the best, and it's a privilege to work with you. The Blood of Dawnwalker
I want to know so much more about this.
It's a special game for us, because it's first, truly ours. What you have seen so far is only the beginning. In upcoming months, we will share more with you.
I'm guessing you're going to be forced to spend the resource.
I have one more surprise for you.
But then how are they going to manage that? God, I have so many questions. Yeah, they did say every quest completion does it. So... Huh. For those going, this is excellent Witcher music. Yeah, the guy that made the Witcher music is making music for this game. That makes a little bit of sense.
Oh, so good.
Or is that, wait, somebody in chat said that earlier. Is that actually confirmed? Oh, one of the guys that did it. Okay. Okay. Witcher 3 had 2 composers, and this is one of them. Awesome. Thank you. A lot of these devs are ex-CDPR. Yeah. We're going to see gameplay? Yes. They did say there's going to be gameplay at the end. Which is going to be in just a second, looks like. I like the drum girl. I love the cinematic music shots. How are you not going to show the girls singing? Wait, is it one of them? Oh, there! That's awesome. Maybe it's the same girl, right? God, actually, it might be. That might be.
Dude, that was gorgeous. That was so fucking gorgeous. I love the singing because it sounds very haunting, and it sounds just very, very, what do you call it? Tribal, very tribal, and I love it. Okay, this music I'm 100% on board with. Exactly.
Man, I dig it. It's good music. It's actually pretty great. Oh! Here we go. Is this
Applause,
the first
please.
trailer again? No. Okay, that was cool. I swear to God, that was all the gameplay. Okay. Yeah, we need a lot more. All right. Wait. That was it?
And we are back. And wow, do we have a lot to talk about. But first things first, concept arts. I need them as wallpapers like yesterday if you can.
That's okay, I got you covered, no worries.
Well, one of the big things that really, really matters in this game is that time matters. You're only going to have 30 days.
I think you need to get out of the building.
Well, it is actually 30 days and 30
no, we're good.
nights. So, as Cohen, your objective is to save your family.
Not gonna lie, them not breaking character was actually pretty cool. They were like, no, stay in character, don't react. They did a pretty good job doing that. I'm back, went to eat, awesome. I actually, my bro-in-law was making food. They should be done by now, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm still waiting on the food. But after this live stream, I don't know if he's going to answer some questions like the guy on the bottom left. I don't know if he's going to answer any questions, but once I'm done with this, I'm going to go, it's just 10 more minutes, so I'm going to end it after this.
But how you do it, when you do it...
Yo, they were super chill about that. Good for them.
Boo.
Depends on you and your decisions.
Wow. Now, the astute amongst you watching at home...
This presentation could have been an
just
email.
That is why there was a 30-day and 30-night countdown.
No Ass
to
Effects?
the stream going live today.
No, unfortunately, like, my bro-in-law wanted me to go pick up groceries for him, and I also had to get gas, and that shit took... And plus, traffic was a bitch getting home, so... You know, adding all that together, it took like an hour, and it took an hour and 30 minutes for me to get home. And I was like, oh God. And I was like, I do not have time to play a game. So literally it's already 7:46. I should be going to bed soon. So, because I have to work really, really early. Your commentary has got me kind of hyped for this. Enjoy Din Din. Thank you. But we're not leaving just yet. Like, we're still gonna finish this live stream. But yeah, after the live stream, then I have to skedaddle.
Those little bits of detail, all of the tie-ins, the full wolf moon, I love it. It makes me so excited to see what's coming. But the fact that decisions are gonna matter in the game, like, I can't do everything, right? It's just not gonna be possible.
I just realized, wait, I love his suit. I just realized that his suit is like velvet with certain patterns on the blazer. That's what you call it, right? It looks really cool.
And not just that, it's the start of a whole saga. It's not just this game.
It is an adventure through the ages where you walk the line between our world and its secret dark underbelly. And of course, while you'll get a complete satisfying story in this first installment, there will be so much more to unfold in the future titles.
It just sounds incredible. Honestly, it's a game I can't wait to play myself, and having got to see that sneak peek, even now, it looks so beautiful. It's in Unreal Engine 5, right?
Yes, it is in the Unreal Engine 5 technology. You know, we filled it to the brim with cinematic dialogues and cutscenes. And
Cinematic dialogues and cutscenes, yes. I was a little worried about that because I was like, wait, is time management, like, are we not gonna, I don't know. For some reason, it just seemed like we would just interact with characters but not actually get cinematics. But she said we get cinematics. Is it gonna be like, is it gonna be just like Baldur's Gate 3? Let's go. Wait, is it fully voiced? Is the dialogue fully voiced? Instead of having a silent protagonist, are we gonna have like a fully voiced dialogue? That would be so fucking cool. Can we select if it's silent voice or not? Can we do that? That'd be cool. Like, I don't know. I'm coming up with things that they could do for the protagonist. You can play as a silent protagonist. You can play as an actual fully voiced protagonist. And they have all fully voiced lines. That'd be so cool.
Since we are talking about the tech stuff, I do want to mention one more thing, which is the third-person perspective. You could already see, and yes, the game will be in the third-person perspective. To give
Wait,
you that
what?
classic.
The gameplay.
Wait, what?
The third-person perspective. You could.
Wait, what?
To mention one more thing, which is the third-person perspective. You could already see, and yes, the game will be in the third-person perspective. To give
Wait, what?
Classic
the gameplay you showed wasn't in the game's perspective?
Where you really dropped into the middle of action.
That's exactly how an RPG should be.
Okay, she has a really thick accent, but she said third person. She didn't say first person. She said third person. It's going to be in third person. She has a very thick accent, but she said third. I know he got confused because I was like, wait, is she saying first person or third? No, she's saying third. Rewind a bit. One more.
Right? Yes, it is in the Unreal Engine 5 technology. You know, we filled it to the brim with cinematic dialogues and cutscenes. And since we are talking about the tech stuff, I do want to mention one more thing, which is the third-person perspective. You could already see, and yes, the game will be in the third-person perspective. To give
Wait,
you that
what?
classic
The gameplay you showed wasn't in the game's perspective?
Where you really dropped into the middle of action.
That's exactly how an RPG should be. And one of the things that I learned here.
Was it? I couldn't.
About the game.
Be funny if they got Astarion's voice actor to voice the MC because he's part of Vampire. Third person. Yeah.
It was.
Speaking of classic RPGs,
I'm gonna have to watch it again. It was so fast. Maybe I didn't notice.
No microtransactions.
I saw him slide down and then like zip over to the guy. But I thought that was in third.
Pure single-player experience, the kind of game that an RPG should be.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Now we did.
Yeah, she said the game was in first person, though, right?
Coming in,
No, she said third person. She just had a very thick accent. She said third. I don't, but I kinda, the way this act, like wait, what? Don't know him, but I kinda hate the way this guy acts like the devs owe him so much. Okay, I'll drop it. Oh. I think he's not understanding what they're saying. He has his own opinion. He said he doesn't want the next Witcher. I can tell the signs that this has Witcher-like elements to it, so I haven't played The Witcher, so I don't really have. I've heard. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that. Them taking some elements from The Witcher and putting it in the game. I don't see anything wrong with it because they still make it their own original story with their own original characters. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. He has his own opinions. I'm looking forward to the game. I don't know. Like, he's gonna have his own thoughts on it.
Oh, I will ask.
Oh, they said it is in first person or third person.
Do we have a release
date? Okay. Thank you.
Release date.
I thought you said it was in first person.
Sorry, I'm doing my best to zone him out and listening to what they're saying. Like, I don't know if you guys are having a hard time like filtering him out, but I'm like really focused on what the people on the live stream are talking about. I'm not really caring about his opinion. I'm trying to focus on what they're trying to say. Fair enough. Well, sorry. No, you're fine.
Well, about the release date.
It's kind of sad. I wish it
We
was.
are not quite ready to announce it just yet, but don't worry, once we are confident about this, we will let you know. And we will definitely let all of you guys know as well.
Yay!
But in the meantime, join our official social media channels. We will be posting a lot in the upcoming months and giving you even more insight into the universe of Dawnwalker.
Yes, and if you just can't wait for more Dawnwalker content, check out the upcoming issue of PC Gamer as well. It's just a few weeks away and you're going to hear more about the world and the lore of Dawnwalker in there, so make sure that you don't miss it.
I'm going to ask this again because I think...
With that, we have reached the end of everything we are here to share with you tonight. It has been an absolute privilege to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much, Lionheart. Thank you so much to all of you watching us today. We're so happy that we could finally share all these cool things we have been working on with you. And we will meet again this summer to talk more about the Blood of Dawnwalker, this time focusing on the gameplay features and unveiling how it...
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like he's just the guy on the bottom left is really not like focusing on what they're saying. I feel like he's too focused on his own thoughts and opinions that he's not actually grasping what they're saying. He's like, wait, what? Wait, what? They're doing this, they're doing that. And it's like, fucking pay attention. They're fucking saying shit and you're too busy talking to understand that they're fucking saying something important and vital about the lore and about the world. Like, you need to focus.
Actually plays. Until then,
thank you so much for joining us tonight, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you soon.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, let's talk about this a little bit. First of all, man, like I don't know how we get the message to developers that the people that watch these want gameplay. When we see these games, we want...
God damn it. Okay, look. We're lucky we even got the fucking intro to the game. They're still working on the game. Look, I'm giving the developers the benefit of the doubt. They said within the couple of months they're going to show us content. They don't want to show us everything right now. They're still working on the game and they're wanting to drip feed us content because they want to prepare us for, the game's release. They're not going to show gameplay right off the bat. They want to lure you in with the dark fantasy of the world first because they're trying to show you we worked on The Witcher, and this is the new stuff that we're working on now. That's what they're trying to do. They showed a little bit of gameplay to get you excited to play the game. But first, they're story-oriented. They are story-oriented. They only care about... I wouldn't say they only care about it. Their narrative is of utmost importance to them. That's what they're trying to lure you in with. Because, do you get what I mean? They're yes, gameplay is a second factor, but the main factor is a good story, and that's what they're trying to lure you in with a narrative. Come on, understand. Do you guys understand? I understand that they wrote a good story and they're trying to lure you into the story. They're trying to prepare you what the story is going to be like. They're preparing you for how dark it's going to be. Literally, they almost killed a child. They almost killed a child in that trailer. They were going to. It's a dark fantasy. Come on. Wah, baby want game now. This is a teaser, not a full reveal. Guy needs to chill. Yeah, it's called a marketing, dude. Watch teaser. I've watched these things before. I've watched... What? Where have I seen this before?
To see gameplay. That being said, to bait us through 45 minutes,
it wasn't
17 seconds of gameplay.
They said they were going to show you a little bit of gameplay. They didn't. Oh my god. Did you not? You said it yourself. You said that they were only going to show a little bit of gameplay. And they did. They showed a little bit of gameplay. Why are you being so mad? Ay, Dios mío.
Like, dude, it's not 2015 anymore. Don't do this. Like, just say there's not going to be gameplay. Don't do this. Like, that's.
They said they were going to only show a little bit of gameplay. They didn't say a lot of it. They didn't say half the trailer was going to be gameplay. They say they're going to show a little bit of gameplay. And they did.
That's not cool. This is a Gotham situation. That's not cool. I don't like that. Like, they should have just said there was not going to be gameplay here. And that would have been okay. Secondly.
Bro, honestly, I think them showing gameplay just goes to show how good the game is because it looks almost as good as the cinematics. The gameplay looks almost as good as the cinematics. It looked gorgeous. Hopefully the gameplay, when they actually show like actual gameplay, it's going to be... Hopefully the gameplay is really fun. I really hope. I hope it's as good as Dragon's Dogma, if not better. Dude, I fucking love Dragon's Dogma. I kind of want to play Dragon's Dogma again. I haven't even finished playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I want to get back into the original Dragon's Dogma. That was really good. Oh, now I want to play Dragon's Dogma. Thanks, Chris. Got you, baby. Oh my.
I have a lot of questions about this. I am not leaving this hyped. I mean, I'm excited about this, but I'm not like excited like, oh man, like KCD2, can't wait to play this. I know I'm going to love it. I'm excited like this looks like it could be cool, but there might be some deal breakers in here. Like there may be some things in here that make this to where like it's not super my jam, and that's a little concerning. It's a little concerning. Like the stuff about the time limits and this kind of like, here's the thing. They mentioned Fallout 2, and I love Fallout 2. One of the things I loved about Fallout 2 was the fact that you could take your time and go everywhere. Like that was one of the things that made me realize like I can just live my life in this game. So the idea of a game like that where I have all of this stuff I want to do, but the only reason I'm not going to be able to do it all is because of an arbitrary timer going down for me to have to do a separate event I may not be interested in.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say that from what I'm just guessing. I think each quest is going to have a certain time limit. Well, not a time limit. Certain quests are going to have a time cost. And what you devote yourself to finishing could mean like how much it takes up your day or how much it takes up your night. That's what I think. I think what quests you decide to go on, knowing it's going to take a day, a full day to do the quest, knowing it's going to take almost half the day to do the quest, like you're making these decisions. They're like, if you commit to this quest, it's going to take 2 days. It's going to take 7 days. It's going to take a couple days for you to do these quests. Like, I think that's what they mean by time management. Like, it'll blatantly tell you you're going to use this amount of time if you dedicate yourself to this quest. Yeah, in Fallout 1, you had a time limit of 150 days, which went quickly. So in Fallout 2, you had no time limit. I think maybe a quest might fail, not be available if you go too far into the main story and pass in-game time. Probably. I don't know. That, like I say, I'm just guessing. I don't know what the time management's going to be. We're going to have to just wait and see.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. So, but here's the thing. That may not be what it is. So, like, that's why I'm like, I'm very curious. What I need to do is we need to interview one of these people. That's what we need to do. We need to interview one of these people. I have many questions. We need to I'm like, I don't know if they've done interviews and maybe they're getting them out now that the reveal's out and stuff, but like I have lots of questions about this. I want to know Like, I want to know how long is this game going to be? Because here's my two big concerns. If this is the kind of thing where I'm supposed to play this game multiple times to see everything, which I probably will want to do, that also means I'm going to be playing a lot of the same content over and over. That's a huge red flag. Like, is the stuff that's different going to be fun enough for me to want to do the same stuff over and over? Like, I don't, like, that's one of the reasons I love giant sandbox games, because I can do everything once. So I don't know if I really like the idea of having this global time limit that's going to restrict how much content I can do. And then once it's up, if there's stuff I want to do that I can't, I have to basically start a new game and do a ton of shit over again to get to it. So I don't know. Like, Bikeman says, no one likes time limits. They are hated more than escort missions. And this brings up the next interesting question. I wonder, just straight up, if these guys are using a time limit to evoke an emotion, but they could have evoked that same emotion in other ways besides a time limit. And I wonder if it's just a giant mistake. Which makes that, that's, again, I really want to see this implementation, because there are versions of what I heard that would not be fun to play. And I really wish they either would have not talked about this until they could have given us more details, or they could have given us a lot more details. Because, like, I almost don't like the fact that there's so much gray area right now, because I literally am going, I might not like this game nearly as much as I thought. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like it, because I like these devs, and I'd like to like this game, but I don't know if I do right now. I should say, it's not that I don't know if I'll like the game. I'm pretty sure this game's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. But, like, there's a certain, maybe this is personal, but there's a certain vision I have when I think of games like this. And I'm wondering if this game is going to fit that vision. Maybe it's just going to be something totally different. But if it is going to be totally different, I feel like they should be cluing us into that more than they are. So, I don't know. Leaving with a lot of questions. And it also makes me wonder, maybe they don't have the system nailed down yet. Like, maybe they were announcing the system here to see what the public thinks about it. Interesting. Huh. I wonder if the feedback from the reveal will play into the game at all.
I think they should have gone more in depth on how the day-night cycle would work and how we have control over it. Like, I feel like they should have gone a little more into depth about how much control we actually have, so that people wouldn't hear time management and they'd be like, day and night cycle. They're like, fuck. Because the knee-jerk reaction would be like, ew, we're on a time limit? Fuck that. I don't want to play that game. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they should have gone... The thing they should have gone in more depth about in this was how the day and night cycle works and how exactly we can manage it. Because I feel like that would be the main concern people will have with the game. He does bring up a good point here, but a great example is BG3, because in BG3 I have done several playthroughs and I find new things and events I never saw before each and every playthrough. Dude, I didn't even know that there was a fucking himbo called something Sorrow or whatever the fuck his name is, who refers to himself in the third person in the cursed forest. I didn't even know there was a fucking dude in the top left corner of the map and you can fucking interact with him and he gives you a quest. I didn't even know that there was the toll person, the lady who takes the toll or whatever. I saw the building, but I didn't go inside. I didn't know there was a fucking boss in there. And I didn't know there was a dude that was like a fucking necromancer dude stitched together that you can fucking drink to death if you wanted to because of dialogue options. I didn't even know he fucking existed. I didn't even know that there was a dude in the top left corner. And this is all in the cursed forest. I didn't explore the forest fully before I moved on. And like, there's this like weird dude who refers to himself in the third person. And he's like, I'm looking for someone who must pay or something or whatever. And then you find out like there's like this huge fucking storyline with that. But, well, okay, it's not a huge storyline, but there's like a storyline with the quest that he gives you. You didn't find the hag in Act 3? Wait, what? The hag in Act 3? No. I don't think I actually defeated the hag. I actually avoided the hag. At the time, I was like, she was like really hard to beat. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to fuck with that. I'm just going to fucking leave. So I just left. So did you find the hag in Act 3? She's in Act 3? I didn't even know that.
Like that could be interesting. Because I will say, I definitely brought up the chat of the main stream when they announced that. And I will say that there were definitely a lot of similarities between our chat and the main chat. A lot of people, like right when that time limit stuff started mentioning, there were a lot of people that were like, wait, what? Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean time limit? What do you mean by that? Crazy says, Co, how do you know if you like these devs? Just because they were associated with CDPR doesn't mean they were the good ones. That's very true. But I can say that I really like Witcher 3. And I like the team that made Witcher 3 because I like that product. So I will give the benefit of the doubt to people who were members of that team. I will definitely give people a chance that were associated with that project because that project was.
If you fight the hag in Act 1, she will come back in Act 3, and you get a legendary weapon for the quest to beat her. What? I didn't know that.
Great. So, no, I don't know the individual people. Well, I do know some of them, actually. But I don't know all of them, no. But I think that this is a case we can give them a benefit of the doubt. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Thank you all so much for watching.
Okay. Well, that was fucking interesting. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna watch this by myself. I'm gonna watch Luke Stevens' reaction to it by myself. But I needs to go. It is late. If I don't go to bed, I'm gonna fucking get sleepy. Alright. Bye-bye, Bozo. There is also a mummy lord that you can go around with trapped zombies and find his missing body parts to kill the mummy and free zombie souls. I think I know what you're talking about. Because I got the quest, but I don't think I finished it. Aw, Tokyo Mew Mew. Yes, that's what happens when you don't sleep. You better go to sleep. Boo, sleep is for the weak as I'm slipping into pajamas. Alright. Thank you guys for joining me. I had fun. I like talking about, you know, games I'm excited for. And I thank you guys for being with me to hear me theorize and shit like that. Okay, Days is on. Let's go raid. Oh wait, Aurora's on too. Okay, let's raid Aurora. I don't think I've raided Aurora before. I'm stupid. God damn it. Reaver, you've raided before. How could you do this? Oh shit. Alright. Dude, bet like I'm like Aurora, I'm raiding you, and she's like, oh, actually, oh wait, she's playing Sekiro? I need to play that game. I still haven't played that game. Alright guys, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day or night, whichever it is for you guys. Good night, Reaver. Oh, hi, Prince. Dang it. Sorry, I'm leaving right now, but I'll stream tomorrow. We're streaming tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. It's all good. All right. I hope you guys have a good day or night. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.